I am indeed. I am got my feet moving from under that desk finally. Yes, I'm here with Ben Shalom. Very interesting performance tonight from Vidal Riley. We've just seen it. More power, more explosiveness, more excitement. Good for you.
Yeah, good for me, and also it's good to see someone get hit. As much as crazy as that sounds, sometimes with the prospects, when they're 6 or 7 fights in, they've never actually been hit. Vidal was hit properly then, and Anis Taj was a tough man, but in the end, his skill showed through. I thought Vidal Riley is he's a very talented guy, but as you said, we saw a different performance then, and very exciting, really exciting in that cruiserweight division to now have him entering sort of the fun part of his career now.
Yeah, Vidal's opponent very tough. He also had like a cabin-sized cut above his eye, didn't he? I mean, not
Still
surprised.
wanted to go.
He still wanted to go, exactly. Very tough guy. Look, you mentioned about prospects in that way. Obviously, it's a massive night for Adam Azim tonight. How quickly, we were debating this earlier on, can you put him in with someone like Adam Catchell mentioned a Dalton Smith? Spencer Oliver mentioned maybe the loser of O'Hara, Davies and Lewis Ritson. Is he ready for one of those kind of guys in a couple of fights' time?
I believe he is. I love that fight. You mentioned Lewis Ritson. That was someone we were looking at. Those top 10 in that British. We would honestly take anyone. But I don't think Dalton Smith, I don't think Lewis Ritson, I don't think O'Hara Davies really want to get in the ring with Adam Azim. And I understand why. He's had 7 fights. And he's the high risk that you're getting knocked out. So, we will try for those fights. We want those names this year. But ultimately, his goal is world titles, and so whatever happens, that's the way we're going.
Experience will play a big part in that. You said tonight how we saw Vidal Riley in that last fight get hit, and that's so important. When you looked at Santos Arreste Managua, Nicaragua, and I want you to roll your R's after me, please, sir. Did you think he is a guy that's going to test Adam in some sense tonight, to push him into those places where he might have to go through a round where he's the one under pressure, where he can't find the route out of the fight?
Yes, but I've thought that before, and look, ultimately we needed someone well ranked, and we wanted someone more experienced than Adam. It was very important we get experienced guys in there. This guy's unbeaten. We know he's coming to win. We know he's durable, and we know from all our matchmakers around the world that they believe this is a real test for Adam Azim. Ultimately, Adam's another level. I think he could knock British, European, world champions out in the first few rounds, so I don't think that's any measure of it. Of course, I hope he gets round tonight, but I know that Santos is coming to win, and it's an unknown quantity when someone's unbeaten coming that far away from home. What I'm happy with is that we got someone coming to cause an upset.
Because that quality he's got that equalising power at this level, hasn't he? I mean, so that will always carry him. Can I ask you very quickly about Caroline Dubois? In the week I spoke to her, and I think you said as well, is she genuinely being put forward, if you can build her enough this year and give her enough, give her enough experience, ready for the Jessica McCaskills of this world, who is undisputed at 147?
I think, well, first of all, I'm not sure she'll be fighting at that weight. However, she's going to win world titles at every single weight division. She wants the world title at the end of this year. That's the truth. And so it's an amazing journey. And we spoke at the start of the week. The way she's developing, I saw her on Breakfast TV this week, and I think it's an important thing to say. She now knows what responsibility she's going to have in the sport, and you're seeing that shine through at 22 years old. It's incredible. But yes, world titles end of the year.
2 more questions before we get the next fight. Obviously, we've got a great fight coming up with Anthony Sims Jr. and Spencer Oliver's in the ring firing T-shirts. He makes a great ring card, boy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Eubank and Smith, are we going to get that? Are we going to get the rematch, do you think, Ben? You've given them a space of time. Do you think they're going to come back and take it?
Yeah, I met with Calla last week. I hope he won't mind me saying, but I know they won the rematch. So, yeah, I believe we'll see that fight. They're very, very upset with what happened. That's their poster boy. That's one of the biggest names in British boxing.
Look how little dig you're getting in there.
Well, no. I love Calla, but I think Chris Eubank Jr. feels like perhaps he has to address what happened in January.
And it's still a massive fight. Are you thinking that as the summer, maybe?
Yeah, I think end of May. Yeah.
Stadium?
We want it outdoor, yes.
Oh, fantastic. And finally, we were having a massive half-an-hour debate just now, myself, Adam and Spencer Oliver, about where Anthony Joshua sits right now, and getting not a rival promoter, but another promoter's view on him. Do you understand them needing to rebuild him after 2 losses and having not a gimme, but an easier fight than the 12 world title fights he'd had in a row, and questioning, does he need to rebuild to get back into those big fights? What would you do if you were in the same scenario with the fighter?
Look, I think ultimately one thing, if he can get away with buying the best the opponent that suits him for a lot of money, then he's going to do that, as every fighter will. The second thing,
very truthful.
The second thing to say is he has changed trainers now 3 or 4 times, and I think that's always disruptive in a career. And so he probably feels again that he needs a fight with Derek James before he can come straight back in. I do understand both. I think from a fan point of view, it is a big step down. I think Jermaine Franklin, when he was touted as Dillian White's opponent, I think people were quite taken aback by that. And so for Anthony Joshua coming off a world title challenge, and you know, it is a step down, but I understand these things, trainers, money, everything. I can see why, and AJ's still a big draw, so I'm just looking forward to the fact that he is back in the ring.
Correct.
You know,
and the people could have levelled the same criticism at Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora, and some of them did. Listen, it's great to catch up with you, always at ringside. Great to see you. Thank you, Ben.
Cheers, Gareth. Cheers.